Hi, predecessor. Sorry. Sorry. I'm assuming Carol will be in momentarily. Give me a second, and I'll be right with you. Hey, predecessor. Okay. I'm getting messages left and right as people try to figure out what my family is doing, which I really gotta be careful what I say, but I don't even know what I'm doing right now. I need Tuesday's live. I was busy helping my dad, and I ran out of time. How are you, predecessor? I want that. Or do I want that? No, I want the other one. Crikey. Hi, Stephen. Hello, Stephen KK Uo. Awesome. How are you? I don't know. Awesome. I'm good, actually. I don't know where my moderator is at. Give me a second. Did it mess me up? Hi, Jennifer. New faces. And a message. Of course, there's always going to be a message that I have to screen. I'm not even going to look at it yet. I will look at it in just a second. Probably going to have to warn somebody. Carol, can you check that? Do you see a message that needs to be viewed? got it. Jennifer, I don't know what's going on with your typing. Please don't flood my channel. Hey, Carol, can you field that question for me, please? Or predecessor, somebody. Because that's one I don't need to answer. Hi, Melissa. Okay, so weekly recap before we get into anything else is 5 videos for last week, 6 shorts, 8 live streams, and 14 posts. 2.5 thousand people tuned in. Last week, we got 9 new subscribers. Awesome, awesome. Oh, what did I do? People watched Whale Tales, What Is It? And Millipedes as a Group. There were 95 likes, 2 shares, and 16 comments. How many times were your posts liked last week? 16, 22, or 28 times? I get like so many times I've been asked the age question that it's just like they can't tell by the hair on my head that I'm older. It was 22. You published 14 posts last week. So that's sort of awesome. Okay, since I was late today, we are going to go ahead and get into live. Oh, no, we're not, because when I opened up AOL, when I opened up YouTube, it closed my app for stuff. So it shut down. And I have my prop with me, so I'm good to go. So we're going to go through this a little bit. We're going to go through this slower than usual so that I have time to go over other stuff with you. And we're going to take this slow because we can, because it's Tuesday. But I do want to reiterate what my super duper moderator was talking about. The mustache is real. There's no color on it. The hair is real. It is not dyed. My voice is real. If you can't jive with that, there's a door. Use it. Not to be rude. So before we dive into the topic for tonight, we need to know about dragonflies. And we're going to do that by looking at their life cycle, their anatomy, a little bit about their hunting and diet, followed by their role in nature. So let's start this journey into the world of dragonflies. First off, what I'm about to talk about may be controversial. this is based on science. It is not based on anything else. Okay? It doesn't take into account my beliefs. I'm giving scientific information, nothing else. So, dragonflies appeared as a species around 100 million years before the dinosaurs. So roughly about 300 million years ago. And not dragonflies, the part that I just said. Now, the world at the time had much, much higher oxygen levels, and this allowed for animals to be bigger. Now, the type of animals that existed at this point were mainly insects and invertebrates. We did have land animals, dragonflies being one of them. Now, ancient dragonflies were not tiny. Okay? They had a wingspan of around 2 feet in length. So, from here to here would have been 2 feet. Pretty darn incredible. Now, there are more than 7,000 species of dragonflies across the globe. And here in the United States and Canada, there are around 450 species. And in the UK, there are about 36 species of dragonflies. I imagine that we have all seen a dragonfly at some point in our lives. About the only continent I'm pretty sure that doesn't have dragonflies is Antarctica. Now, next we're going to jump down a rabbit hole and we're going to discuss the life cycle of dragonflies. Not necessarily because my brother had dragonflies over his yard last year and there was no water. So you can see them away from the water. But anyway, a female dragonfly will meet up with a male. They will do their mating, and then she will fly down at some point and lay her eggs on a plant below the water. When those eggs hatch, a predator is born. And the babies are called nymphs. And they breathe via gills. Now the gills on a dragonfly larva, and I'm not a great artist. Ooh, I cannot use that. That's not going to work. That looks like something. Not that that's any better. But the gills look something like that. Canicrow, that's a little bit not nice. Can't you just say, hi, man? I mean, it's pretty clear that I'm white, but my day's going good. How was yours? And it's through those gills that they get their oxygen. Thank you. Now, these nymphs, as I mentioned, are predators. We are learning about dragonflies. So, this is not what they look like, the larva. I don't know. I don't think I have a book that shows what they look like right offhand. But they look a little bit like that. I said a little bit because clearly that's not really what they look like. But these guys have a mouth part that actually, how do I explain it? Shoots out of their mouth. You're right, they do. It shoots out of their mouth, grabs onto their prey, and brings it back in. I think the Predators in Alien, is it Alien that has that, where they shoot the thing out of the mouth and they grab it? It's really like something out of a horror movie. These guys are going to feed on a mix of animals. So things like invertebrates and vertebrates. They're going to be grabbing mosquito larvae, other insects, insect larvae, tadpoles, small fish, you name it, they're eating it. When they're ready to grow up and to become an adult, they're going to go through what's called incomplete metamorphosis. So what they're going to do is they're going to climb up a plant. They will climb up the plant. And then I'm not sure how long this process takes, but they will emerge from that old skin. I'm assuming it takes a bit of time. They'll emerge into a fully formed adult. But, so we're not mistaken. Carol, you there? I haven't heard from you a bit. Are you there? Okay, I didn't see you. That's why I'm checking. In this metamorphosis, we go from egg to larva. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, so we go from egg to larva to adult. Whereas, like a butterfly, they're going to go through a egg, a larva, a pupa, and then an adult. Now, for those of you who are thinking, well, what is the larva stage of a butterfly and what is the pupa stage? Easy. The larva form is the caterpillar. Okay? Then, when they're inside the cocoon, that is the pupa stage. And we don't really see the pupa stage typically, but like if you've ever seen a tomato hornworm, no, there's no cocoon. So when you see, thank you, that's a interesting name. If you've seen a hornworm on a tomato plants, they don't actually, well, they might form a cocoon, but they will form, okay, guys, listen to me, don't, it's his name, that's all it is. Let's be adults. No, because when a snake sheds, it's just growing out of its skin. This is a little bit more involved. Sorry, guys. I had to sit down for a second. So, basically, dragonflies do not go through a pupa stage. When it's time to reach the adult stage, which we already talked about, they're going to climb up that plant. They're going to have one final molt. And in that molt is when they're going to transform into the larval form. Now, some species will take a year to go through this process. Others will take 4 years to go through their final form. So next up, we're going to do some anatomy. So the first thing that we're going to do is talk about, oh, well, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. We've already talked about what the larvae eat, but what do the adults feed on, and how do they capture their food? So first off, adults are going to eat whatever they can catch, within reason. Things like midges, wasps, butterflies, bees, mosquitoes, flies, insects. And they are literally the hawks of the insect world. And what's cool about them is they use their legs to capture the food. They will scoop it up and then eat it. It's a biting fly. Small biting flies. If you've ever been to like a freshwater beach in the summer and got little bites from no-see-ums, it's usually a midge of some sort. They are so good at what they do that they actually have a hunting success rate of about 95%. Think about that. Hey guys, I'm gonna ask a question. Hold your questions, if you can, to the end, and let me get through this, and then I promise I will answer any questions you have. And I promise I will. It's just really hard to get through this and answer questions at the same time. So they have a success rate of 95%. I believe the other day we did the it's okay, you're good, Mime O. I think, if I remember right, Cape hunting dogs or African painted dogs have a success rate of about 85%. So, And that is better than most big cats. It's better than wolves and better than some birds of prey. And while we're on the subject of dragonflies eating things, let me address a question that I sometimes get asked. Do they bite humans? Can they bite humans? Yes, they can. Now, I don't know if they can break the skin. Larger species might be able to. But they aren't dangerous, okay? They're not dangerous. Most of the times, if you're going to take a bite, it's because you're doing this. You're holding them. Don't hold them. You won't get bit. I will make it that easy. If you don't want to get bit, don't hold them. I did not see you come in. Is it Gwennifer? Rix? I forgot Jennifer. Jennifer Ricks. Got it. By the way, I did not ask it, but where is everybody from? I know where Predecessor is from. I know where Carol is from. Hi, Foreskin Gaming. If I didn't say hello to you, to anybody else, I apologize. So, what is... Oh, if you're underage, you don't have to give me your city. Oh, cool. Cool. Guyana, awesome. Love that. So, that's fine. Just maybe not give out where you're actually from. But that's cool. You're allowed. So these guys are predators, and they're going to be eating a lot of insects, insect pest as well, mainly during the spring and summer. And they can eat anywhere from 30 to 100 mosquitoes each day. Now remember, they do eat other insects and just not mosquitoes. Now, they are an insect, which means that other insects also feed on them. Wow, I missed stuff, guys. I missed a whole section. Hi, Dinozilla Rex. Did I talk about their eyes? I don't remember doing that. So let me go back and make sure I did that because I don't want to leave anything out. I'm good. So these eyes are a big part of a dragonfly's success at hunting. First off, a dragonfly can see 360 degrees, while humans can only see 180 with both eyes. Their brain, 80% of their brain is used for vision. 80% of their brain is used for vision. Whereas we may use only 55% of our brain for vision. Now, they have 4 wings, just like this one, and they can fly around 35 miles per hour. They can hover in the air. They can even fly backwards. And at rest, this is how they rest. Damselflies they look a little bit like a dragonfly, but when a damselfly rests, they will have their wings tight up against the body. And yes, that is why I like to have questions held off. Now, we've talked a lot about scientific stuff, and now we're going to get away from the scientific stuff for a little bit. Dobsonflies are awesome. I agree. Yes, they are, sort of. So we're going to talk about some myths related to dragonflies. I'm sure there are hundreds of these around somewhere, but these are the ones that I could find. Amongst some of the tribes in North America, dragonflies represent the souls of the dead. In Germany, they were actually associated with the devil. In some places in the United States, there is a myth that they can sew the eyes, ears, and mouths of bad children and profane men shut. And they do it while you're sleeping. Probably to scare kids into being good. That's what I'm thinking. Another myth told by yeah, I love that too. Another myth is that some tribes in North America believe that dragonflies were once true dragons that were tricked by Coyote into taking the form. Oh, excuse me. So let me redo that because I had issues. So some tribes believe that dragonflies were once true dragons that were tricked by Coyote into taking the form of a dragonfly. And ever since, they have been stuck in this form. Now, there is something else that I want to address with dragonflies. That abdomen, some people claim that dragonflies sting. They don't have a stinger. And they do not produce any venom of any sort. So, in essence, no, they can't sting. Now, some people claim that they have these spiny things at the end that have maybe been able to puncture skin. But no. So, now that you know a bit about dragonflies, do you have any questions? And I do apologize for not taking questions during the live, but it does mess me up a little bit. And yes, Dobsonflies are amazing. They're somewhat scary looking if you don't know what you're looking at. They can be a little bit intimidating, but honestly, they're not. They're just doing what. Oh, that is a story That is a story that dragonflies, some of the tribes in North America believe that, oh, no, that's not dragonflies. That is not dragonflies. Dragonflies are not intimidating. You just came, I'm guessing you just came in. And we're not here for the rest of live. Is what I'm thinking. Because otherwise you would know that I was talking about a Dobson fly. And Dobson flies are a little bit intimidating, perhaps to some people. Not so much to me. Gabe. I don't know what. Nah, not happening. Carol, I need a timeout. If you can, if you're there. If not, yeah, just do a timeout. 30 seconds. Or whatever you feel is reasonable. Why are you scrolling? I'm going to address that real quick. In my lives, I do not allow hate. And if you're going to come in even pretending that you're racist or doing what he was doing, you're going to be kicked because I don't allow it. So just know that. So, that's good. You didn't miss much, predecessor. He's already kicked. .302 Gabe. When you come into my live, that stuff you were pulling, the words you were saying, don't say them. Because the next time, you're gone. That was like a warning. Carol, Gabe, I'm not hating. And I'm not a boy. Well, I mean, technically I am. Then, if you're not racist, then I don't understand the words coming out of your mouth. I am 5 seconds away from making this a subscriber-only chat. That was slow. We were used to having some of that in here. We're usually pretty quick about getting it taken care of. So, any questions on Dragonflies? I want to make sure we don't have lingering questions. Okay. Colors are really hard because there's so many varieties. Browns, blacks, there's some blues and greens. And a variety of patterns also. Yeah, it's I want to say blue. Blue is really, really, really rare color. This is called a Western Widow. But again, it depends upon where you live and the species. I mean, blue is blue has its place in nature, but it's not an abundant color in nature. There's even some birds who appear blue, but some of it is tricks of the sun or the light hitting it. So that part of live is over with. I will still take questions about. Yeah, but stick around because we're not done. I'm not telling you that you can't still answer questions. But I always have business that I have to do. And I'm not canceling live at any point. No, game is not over. Blue is in nature. Like, we have bluebirds here in United States, and they are seriously blue. And we do have bluebirds. Never mind. You know what? That's what I've been told anyway. I've always been taught that blue is rare in nature. I love hedgehogs. So before we get into it, before I get full-fledged into it, I'm going to go over the rest of the lives for December. I want to say that there is a very special live coming up in July. Carol knows what I'm talking about, and she is not allowed to discuss why we're doing it. But we are celebrating a global holiday in July. This will be a Zoom call. I will not put your faces on YouTube, but it's going to be a Zoom call for my subscribers. If you are under the age of like 18, you have to have permission from your parents to be involved in it, because we're not about that here. It will be a Zoom call. It will be a subscriber only event. So we will start the Zoom call after I switch it over to subscriber only. And I will announce that later once we actually do it. It's going to be in July. At this point, that's all I can say. But it's going to be it's going to be in July. It's going to be subscriber only. You have to have Zoom in order to participate. Of course, you can still come in to live if you don't want to go on Zoom. Some of you may not be able to. I don't know how that's going to work. I had to figure that out. That's why we're doing it so late in the year. I was going to do it at Christmas time, but I just don't have time to figure it out. Okay, that is done. Lives for December. Me and Carol are painstakingly going through stuff. We were up till 11 o'clock last night doing lives. Or trying to do lives. Did we lose everybody? I feel like everybody disappeared. Okay. You know who's not here? You know who's not here? I'm going to have to get on some cases. What am I going to do? None of my UK people are here. Chelsea's not here. 7 Inch isn't here. Well, 7-inch is not UK. But he's not here. Chelsea's not here, and Angelina's not here. He's a really great guy. Who's not here? But for the iCup is not here. Yes. Daniel's, oh, that's right, you're not. Friday night, we are doing Be Safe Around Elk. And no, that is not for those of you that are in Europe. It is not your elk. Learn to care vaquita. That's a favor to Carol. I do have a request from a subscriber to do his animal. I will figure that out. December 17th is trivia night. Subscriber only. Yes, we do know when people are not here that are usually here. So if you want to participate in trivia night, you need to subscribe for that. December 20th, we are doing Zoo to Do, Potawatomi Zoo. Alberto's not here either. He's not been on for a while. I'm starting to worry. Michael's not here, but he's not been here either. December 21st, Learn to Care, Santa Catalina Rattlesnake. December 24th, The Connection Between Mushrooms and Santa Claus. December 26th, The History of Carols. And no, it's not the history of Carol. It's the history of carols, the type we sing. December 28th, Exploring Nature, Northern Cardinal. And December 31st, we are learning about the myth of dragons based on facts. So that takes us through to the end. Oh, excuse me. That takes us through to the end of the year. And we will probably dive into more of that later. I'm going to try to make sure that all of my lives are posted at least a couple days ahead of time, if I can. It only gets faster the older you get. Usually. Any questions about me? Because feel free to chat. If you have questions or if you have a video idea that you want to pass by me or a live idea, that is a-okay too. It was a good year. That is a really good question. That foreskin gaming, that is a really hard question to answer. As you can see from the shelf behind me, those are all my favorite animals. I don't have just one. I believe in spirits. I believe that every living thing has a spirit. Hence, everything has a soul. I can watch some of my videos. Can a crow? I don't really get into a lot of religious stuff on my channel. I love raccoons. I just don't want them in my immediate area. Meaning I don't want them like up on me. Just because um my resistance to talk religion is not because I'm not religious. It sometimes causes issues. And I don't want issues. I can definitely talk about moths at some point. I don't know if I ever have talked about moths on the channel before. I do have a ton of videos. So so politics and religion are typically a no-no on the channel. I do believe that we are here for a purpose, and and age, yes. Although I am over the age of 49 and younger than 60. So when I do lives, and most of my lives, for those of you that are new, are broken down into a couple of categories. So be safe around is just that. It talks about how to be safe around animals and how to avoid doing things that might get yourself hurt. Learn the cares. Typically, we talk about animals that are in some way or form either threatened, endangered, not endangered. Usually they're endangered though. Zoo to do. Thank you, Dinozilla Rex. I appreciate that. Zoo to dos are those extra things that you can do at a zoo. They usually cost money, but they involve getting closer to the animals. And then sometimes we'd like to throw in fun things like the connection between mushrooms and Santa. Although I don't know if I can do that one. I just thought about that. I may not be able to do that live. Um, because it involves mushrooms. If you catch my meaning. I will just skirt around certain things if I have to. But I think it's a really cool story. I have to keep my channel good. Oh, I love that bird. No, they did not smoke it. Mm-mm. That is bad. We don't talk about that. Carol, that's a no-no. The hootson, that is a really cool bird. One I do not want to have to draw because if you've seen my drawings, you know why. Thank you, Carol. um I know, but I do have to play it. I have to play my cards. So, I did a thing today. I was doing laundry. Love them. I don't have one. I need one. Hi, Otis. I'm good. And you? You are coming in late. We have already finished up our discussion on dragonflies. Shoebill storks are very, very cool birds. My collection behind me is missing a lot of really cool birds. But I do have one of my favorite birds in the world is this guy. I can't say it's one of my favorite figures in the world. Oh, happy early birthday. Oh, oh, happy 10th birthday. Canicrow. You know what it was? The bird? Awesome. Good night, predecessor. Thanks for coming in. Have a great night. Dinozilla Rex. Oh, wow. Yes, it does hunt monkeys. Harpy eagle. That's better. I know what he meant. I know what he meant. Oh, stupid things. Um, but yeah, there's a nice little collection. Whoa. Okay. What the heck? No, it's okay, Dinozilla Rex. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my phone. That's better, I think. Oh, I love centipedes. And tarantulas and spiders. I even have a couple really cool spiders in my collection. Ooh, I'm sorry. Some of those can hurt. Yeah. If it's a good story, Otis. It's not a problem, Dinozilla Rex. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to feel it either. Most of ours are luckily smaller than my finger. Way smaller than my finger. Probably about the size of my pinky finger, maybe. Oh, I believe it. I don't like Breaking Bad. I've never seen it. I need to put that thing away so I don't lose it. Otherwise, I will. Yeah, same, but it happens. Caterpillars are cool, some of them. It is. Nature would not be nature without death being a part of it. That is cool. Foreskin gaming. It's something I should be doing, but realistically, it's not going to happen for me. I did. I used to have like 25 of them at one time or more. Dinozilla Rex, where are you? You're in Canada? No, I've never been bit. Foreskin Gaming, I think that is awesome. And if you can go your life doing that, even more amazing, bud. You know what? I have found that in my experience, a lot of it has to do with their personality. Believe it or not, they do have personalities. Happy birthday, Otis. I don't know if. No internet. Ooh. Yeah, that makes it hard. I would think. Um, Canada might be. Oh. No, you do. Supposedly. Suppose. Okay. Dinozilla Rex. I need to look up these names because I'm not sure I agree with. I don't like the fact that I have to. I don't like the fact that I have to do. Worry about. It's not a tarantula. It is a my galomorph. You do have a trapdoor spider. Dinozilla Rex, it you do. Canada does have a full trapdoor spider. It's called the Pacific folding door spider. Now it says that they're harmless and they do have fairly large fangs, so I wouldn't hold it. Yeah, but the problem is, Carol, it was coming up through the AI, and this is one of the names. I'm going to try to see if I can get into... hold on. I have to get into my channel for a second. Okay, that is one scientific name. And the other one... oh, drats. Yeah. See, though, the one thing was their AI. Yeah. So they're both... so this... the one that you typed in, Carol, is a purse web spider. It's a black purse web spider. So I'm assuming that if it's in Canada... yeah, it's going to be Eastern Canada. And it's a purse web spider. Okay. So let me see if I can explain this. So this is my teaching tarantula. And she belongs to a group of spiders that goes by that's not the name. Come on. What the heck? So they're related to a group called... There's the name. There it goes. Okay, so in order to be in that group, there's a few things that you have to have. Things that point down. So when the spider is rusting, it's going to have fangs that point down the body. And when they bite, they rear up their fangs like this and down. Boom. Same thing, I believe you'll find if you type it in. With this girl, the Sydney funnel web. I believe they're also in the same group. They're also going to have book lungs. And my girl happens to have them. I don't know how well they're going to show up. But right there, see that ridge? That's a book lung. That's how they get air into their bodies. Okay, Dinosaur Rex. And so those are some tidbits on the Megalomorphs. Maybe that's something that we should talk about at some point. I should be going too because I actually have something that I have to do. Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Remember to always keep learning, never give up on yourself, and keep reaching for your goals. And I will see you on Friday. Goodbye, everybody.